On Thursday, we talked about solving with variables on both sides. Here's your more formal lesson for that, and we're going to continue to do solving with both sides on Friday. So, let's start with our steps. Step number 1 is to simplify each side separately. Remember, simplify means to get smaller. So as we're doing example 1, we'll fill out the steps coincidingly. So simplify each side separately. So if I look at side 1, is there anything I can simplify? Right? Can I combine anything, make it smaller? I see 9x and negative 12x. Those are like terms, so let's simplify those. So 9x take away 12x is negative 3x. And I can't simplify anything else, so we want to make sure to bring down the negative 9, bring down your equal sign, and bring down side 2. And ask yourself, is there anything to simplify on side 2? Are there any like terms, parentheses? If the answer is no, then we're good to go. So now what we're going to do for step 2 is collect like terms across the equal sign. And that's different than combining like terms. So we always want to get our variables on the left using inverse operations. And then we're going to get our numbers on the right also using inverse operations. So what's so important there is whenever we're going across the equal sign, we need to use inverse operations. So for example, if I want this side to be my side with the variables, and this side to be the side with my numbers, that means if here's a number, I don't want the number over here, right? I only want things with variables over here. So I've got to move it across the equal sign. And I want to line it up with its like term. So I want to combine it with this negative 5. But I can't just combine it. When I'm moving across the equal sign like this, I need to use my inverse operations. And that's what we meant by inverse operations. So I can't just slide it over. I need to use the opposite to do that. So my inverse of negative 9 is plus 9. And I'm going to add it to that negative 5 because that is its like term. So when we say collect like terms, that's what we mean. So this is going to cross out. And I'm going to be left with 4 here. Now I haven't touched the negative 3x yet. And I haven't touched the negative x. So I'm just going to bring those down. Alright, so now I want to get the x's on the left side. So I want to move this negative x over to the like term. Let me use a different shape since I already used circles. I want to move this negative x to this negative 3x. But again, I'm going across this equal sign. So I can't just move it. I have to use the inverse. It's going to cancel out. And then this is going to give me negative 2x. And I'm going to bring down what was already there, and that's the equals 4. So now once I've collected my like terms, I have variables on this side, check. And I only have numbers on this side, check. I'm ready to move on to step 3, which is just finish using the same solving process as before. So I have negative 2 times x equals 4. I'm going to do my inverse, so instead of times, I'm going to divide by negative 2. And my end result is x equals negative 2. Alright, so what you're going to do now is you're going to try example number 2. I know this is tough. Try it out, get an answer, and then when you're done, you're going to watch the rest of the video to see if you got it right. Alright, so how was that? Did you get stuck? Was it okay? Let's see how it went. So, first step is to simplify. So I look at my left side, I look at side 1, and I see 2 like terms on the same side. And when we're on the same side, we are going to simplify that. So I'm going to make that 5x. I look over here, I don't see anything that has to get simplified, so I bring it down. And I can't forget about that original 1. So I'm going to rewrite this so it's not sloppy. 1 plus 5x equals negative 7 plus 4x. Alright, so let's get our numbers over to the right. So I see a number here and a number here, and I want to collect them. So I'm going to cross over the equal sign using my inverse. And when I do that, I get -6, and this cancels out to be a 0. But I don't have to write my 0. I bring down everything else. My 5x and my 4x. So now we want to collect the variables. I see a variable here and a variable here, but again, I need to cross over. So in order to cross over the equal sign, I need to change my operation. And this gets me 1x equals -6. Last step, now that I've done that, I want to just use my regular division by 1, and I'm left with x equals -6. Is that what you got? If so, great. If not, where did you make a mistake? Check through your work, look it over, try to pinpoint exactly where you made the mistake. If you still have questions, make sure to jot them down here so that way you can ask tomorrow.